All right, guys, welcome back to a new episode of Tennessee Time. I know we kept you in suspense, but we're here to tell you that we got the property.
Cheers!
Cheers! A year? Was it a year?
A year of heartache,
Looking for property, and thanks for following along on our journey. There's more to come. For right now, Ed, welcome to what?
Tennessee Time.
Tennessee Time.
Tennessee Time.
Tennessee Time.
Thanks for joining us this far. We finally got the land. This was what, the third property we actually made an offer on?
Yep.
And as you saw from the other episodes, we didn't get those because of one reason or another. This one, after some waiting, the waiting game, waiting for Tim. What was Tim's last name?
I don't even remember.
Timmy,
No.
Timmy the guy, the surveyor, the one who had to do the perking for our septic. He finally added to it. In fact, Heidi has a little piece of paper here, right?
Yes. And there was a lot of heartache along the way.
Which way does it go? This way. So these are properties. We'll come back to this later. We got perked here and here for 3 properties because that's what it originally was set up for. So Tim found some more soil right here, and so it perked for 4, and now we were full steam ahead.
Yes.
But then then it was all contingent on perking and then who gets what.
Yeah.
Who gets what?
So then we decided, I should leave this out, huh?
Yeah, that's good. Leave that out.
Because it's broken down.
So first, before we get to that, so remember, this was sight unseen to everybody else. And we want to say Terry and John aren't here. They're with us in spirit. They're back in Arizona. But we had to decide, so this is from Milla
But
time.
before we decided, this was sight unseen.
Yeah,
We
sight
made
unseen.
the offer,
Just
sent
us.
the money. These 2 saw the property. None of us had seen the property. We put all our trust in them, which was
So
very
we are
difficult.
on the very back of Miller property. So all these trees right here is in the back little 1/8, if you look on the map of the property, and then looking out.
I wouldn't have done it myself.
And being on the previous trip with them and going through all the 20-something properties that we saw, I actually had no problem. I didn't. I really
because this-
We
didn't.
did a little because we ended up
I know.
the Cooper.
I know, but I was totally fine with it.
Yeah.
A lot of
Plus it
this,
was near where you guys already saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot of this was
Yeah.
faith.
Yeah.
We had a lot of faith in each other.
Because
And
we
we were-
wanted it so
We
bad.
were running out of time because,
And we were
as you know, with the economy, the prices are going up.
Yeah.
Every time we went back, people were trying to sell for more money.
Yeah.
So we thought we better do this, and the properties were getting scarce.
That
They
is,
were.
that
It
is
was
true.
very hard.
Now that I remember, it was every time we looked, the prices were going up, so we had to take a leap of faith. And
Yes.
we've been traveling enough together where I think we did feel better.
But did we did talk about how this 20 acres was actually 3 separate transactions, right?
Yeah, and I talked about that last time. So
Okay.
we were selling 3 different
Yeah,
pieces
okay.
of property next to each other. And like we said in the last one, we said, can we buy it as one?
Yes, that's
and then
right.
separate into 4, yeah.
Yep,
And from
okay.
the last episode, Heidi's the one who texted me before I even landed.
That's right.
It
we
ended
did
up
go over
working
that.
out good, and she also sent me one that was right next to a cemetery, and now. So this one was better. That was our contingent.
yeah, it was for, and it, thank goodness, yeah.
So then you don't think the fighting's gonna start right now? We gotta pick. Because this is the design that we came out with. Heidi had like the first mock-up drawing, then I did kind of a more professional, and then Michael Moore.
Yeah.
He made this professional drawing to make each lot at least 5 acres because it's just a little bit over 20. Each lot had to be 5.
Per
Is that-
county.
Minimum of 5.
Minimum 5.
Minimum.
Otherwise, you got to go through all kinds of other stuff.
And for those of you who are thinking about doing something like this, and this is the reason for why we do this video, other than being fun, is you gotta really think about and get a surveyor out there, because when you go to the assessor's office, it has to be surveyed out with lot lines, legal description, and you have to have everything in place.
And many counties are different.
They are.
Right.
Yeah.
Every
Absolutely.
county's different. So always remember that, just get a professional surveyor, have it mapped out, and set that up, otherwise.
And
you'll
I
be
think
lost.
we
Spend your money
talked-
beforehand so you don't spend it later.
And,
Yes.
and we talked in the previous episode that every lot had to touch the front road.
Yeah.
At
So
least
that's
50 feet of frontage.
Yeah.
so these flags right here, we call them.
They look like a flag if I turn over.
There you go.
Flags.
It shows that every family member will have access to the front road. This has to be 50 feet, but then these lots needed to be thinner because this is part of the back properties. So it looks a little interesting.
So,
And this is a pond, by the way, and that's gonna come into play in here in a minute.
so there's a lot of compromise.
So we had to decide. So what did we call it? This was, so they're numbered. 1's down here, 2, 3, and 4. So here's where,
Got interesting.
here's where the negotiations start.
Which one do you want most?
So
What's your number one choice?
I had originally thought that I wanted the back lot back here, near the trees.
Yeah.
And I thought, I can deal with that lot. We knew Kim and Mike said, well, we want to be by the road. So they were going to take either 2 or 3, right off the bat. Then John and Terry, they wanted fencing already in. And so we thought this already had fence on both sides. There was no fence here or here. So we said, hey, how about John? We're all talking on Zoom. Do you guys want this? It already has fencing. Well, then this came up. Well, it costs a lot because the electrical's here and the water's here. You have to take now, this is over 1,000 feet. You got to take and bring water and electrical and internet all the way back here. He's like, well, that's going to cost more money. And we thought, we all sat around and we said, yeah, that's not right.
To the back lots,
We
the
should
2 back
all,
lots.
we should all be equal. So we came up with the compromise where let's take that out of the equation on your lot. We will split the cost between all 4 of us on all of the utilities. So that made that
Problem
easier.
solved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now John was happy. Okay, I'll take this one. There was kind of a fight over a pond. First, Heidi thought she wanted water, and then she said, I don't want water because of
Well,
mosquitoes. Right?
Terry and I, the mosquitoes eat us alive, and we already are gonna have to deal
hello.
with that. Oh, and we're gonna deal with that already
Same
in
here.
Tennessee, so.
Bees
we thought
too.
We didn't want
Bees
the
get me.
pond, yeah, bees. We didn't want the pond.
And then I said, you know what? We had been out there. I kind of like this lot anyway. I said, I'll take the pond. Azure and I said, we'll take the pond. So that leaves this lot. So we just had to say, are they going to be okay with this lot?
But there was another part of this where Brian and Azure and the Crows wanted horses together.
Yes.
So they needed to have their stables together.
Yeah.
So that kind of meant this. And by the way, we all sent messages to each other like 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, or 1, 5.
Right.
Yeah.
1 5,
1,
no
2,
5.
4.
We had a vote. So it was
Yeah.
very democratic. It's like, okay, what's your number 1 choice and what's your number 2 choice?
Yeah.
And it just finally fell out. And I think Heidi was the one that was complaining still the longest. It's like, do we really want that one? I'm not sure we want that one. Do we want the pond? She went back.
I don't know if that's true.
Oh, I'm going to bring him up on that.
Okay, but then should we talk about this?
Okay, so,
So
like
then
we
it
said
was, well, then it
before.
was decided.
Then it was
Yeah,
decided.
so it's
Everybody picked a
decided.
lot.
Yeah, we decided on lots. So
Yep.
now we had to make sure. Originally, each of the 3 lots were all perked for at least a 3-bedroom home. Now that it was 4, Michael Moore originally said, yes, we've got it where every lot has 3-bedroom perk. Well, then when ink went to paper, he said, by the way, that back lot, that's only good for 5.
So these 2 lots have to share 5
Yeah, these
bedrooms.
back 2. So
Because of the
and-
septic, which is what we're talking about.
So we're all talking about septic here. Plus, if you notice, this is the leach field here that's not on theirs. So now they have to have an easement onto John and Terry's lot. So we had to agree to that. When I say we, John and Terry had to agree to that.
And it's good that we're all family.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can see the lines here. So they have an easement, which is fine, which just means that Ed and Heidi will have their septic right next near their house, but they'll have these leach lines going here. And luckily, they're gravity leach lines because it's higher here than it is here. They won't need any pumps.
Yeah.
And to add to that, I think it's neat how it worked out because the families here are doing a lot of farming and animals. I want to do a lot of chickens, goats, and llamas.
And bees.
Oh, we got
Llamas
And we're
now.
having
We're
a bee
doing
farm
bees.
now.
Not happy about
Yeah.
these.
Yeah.
Not happy about these. I've already gotten stung again.
They'll be over here. So
If I-
When I give you my honey.
In high pool.
And Terry and John want to be happy with their dogs, and they're going to enjoy our farm animals. So actually, this all works out really well, as long as they like bees, because the bees will be over here.
And Heidi will kind of be the furthest away from the chickens we're raising for food, not eggs.
she wants egg chickens and they
We want
food.
meat. We want meat
They're having
chickens.
meat.
I think that's a good balance.
I
perfect.
don't want to know any of their chicken names. That's my only
Well, I'm not going to
promise.
name them if I'm going to kill them.
It's going to be white meat, dark meat.
There you go. That's what the chicken. There you go.
Chicken 1, 2, 3, and 4.
I don't want my chickens meeting your chickens.
And our neighbors over here, which you've seen in our video with the donkeys and the cows and everything like that, they live right here next to us. And now they're up to, I think, 4 cows.
They have so many
But they're
beautiful
not
animals.
they're not meat cows. They're these little mini cows.
Yeah.
Well,
They're for show.
Well,
They're-
the
they're
husband
undecided
might
on that
think
one.
Yeah,
he's
they-
gonna eat the
They
cows.
may eat one.
Depends on who you ask.
Well, depends who you
yeah,
ask.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Her? No.
She
him,
wants
yeah.
to rescue everyone. She's got
Hi,
such a
Kim.
good
Welcome to
got the-
Tennessee town.
She's got the biggest
They moved
heart.
from Florida, by the way.
Yeah, they're from Florida. Our neighbors from Florida.
She wants to save every animal.
I
God
know.
bless her
And
soul.
she's originally from the Hoosier State. Where's she from originally?
I have no idea.
Do you remember?
We can ask her because she's watching.
Well,
Right
she's
Not
watching.
Illinois. Where is that? Notre Dame.
Indiana.
So Kim,
I think they're from Indiana.
Kim,
Comment.
where are you from?
just comment.
Comment, subscribe, and ring the bell. No.
They're really originally from Indiana. So then the next thing is going to be moving out there. So
Yeah.
they're going to be the first ones to move. And
Goodbye, California.
they are they already have 1 foot out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Mike already has a job where he can work remotely. And Kim has plenty of whiskey to drink now.
Yes, I do. Yeah. Yeah. Scott's going to continue teaching. Yeah.
Yep. And then we think that these two will be the next to move.
We will be next.
And then probably us. So it all goes into the next planning is where we're all now designing our own custom homes. It's been my dream.
Which is, it's so exciting and scary and frustrating. But the opportunity to do this in life is quite amazing. I'm really, really excited.
Yeah.
And I think maybe our next episode, not only the design, but really talking to Chase about the infrastructure.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah.
taking a road 1,000 feet back and then doing excavating is
Yeah.
a feat upon itself. So
Yeah.
we'll
Get
have
ready-
some more
Get
information
ready
on
for
that
some
whole thing.
tears and hair being pulled out. And I thought it was going to cost this, but it's costing this. Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
We know that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Expenses.
Building your house is not going to be cheap, I'm finding.
And we're thinking it's going to probably be a full 18 months from now.
Well, hopefully we're all going to start
Think about it.
start breaking ground in April.
So Chase told us that the best time to build in Tennessee, the part of Tennessee we're in, because of the wet season and all that, is you start in April and hopefully you finish by September before the freeze happens.
Yeah.
So if that happens, it'll be awesome. But it's so busy out there that sometimes he said it takes over a year to build.
Yeah.
So we'll have to find out, and I'm sure any of you who've had houses built, even if it's just a tract home, it always is longer than what you think.
And I do have information on building loans and the financing. So if you want to message, ask questions, I have a lot of notes and I can get back to you.
That'll be
All right.
nice.
So the next episode will probably be their move.
Yes.
And then after that, we'll probably get into our designs because we all have our own designs. They're all kind of based on modern farmhouse, though. They're all
Absolutely.
basically craftsman
They really
style
are.
farmhouse. But
Yeah.
you know, we're living in the farmland, so
I found a pre-done floor plan and a video of a finished brand new house, and I went, okay, that's easy, there you go. And they're all really like
Designing.
designing and
I mean-
really painstakingly
Well,
going
these
through
two
it.
will probably be an episode or two alone, just on
And
the
I
designs
probably
and the
should
whole
think
thing.
more about it, but
But looking at Kim's that she's been showing me those videos. I think all our houses are going to be very similar.
Very similar.
They're going to be, you know, that modern farmhouse look.
yeah.
But I can also give you pictures on my chicken coop that I'm designing.
She wants a chicken playground.
And my goats are gonna have ladders and picnic tables. It'll be fantastic.
And then we may even, it could be an episode in the future
Oh no.
of maybe having wedding menus
Oh, yes.
on our pond.
Yes, we are definitely talking about having a wedding
Because we are close
in a
to
barn.
Center Hill Lake. So
Yeah.
it's a destination. We're out in the farmland, but Smithville proper is on the lake, Center Hill Lake.
Yep.
And we'll see if Brian gets his pickleball.
Oh yeah, I also want to play. they take 10 pickleball. I want a tennis court. And then me and Mike and Ed, we want our par 3 over our
Right.
pond. And then in our barn, we want one of those virtual golfs where we can play any course we want.
I want a bar.
We're all gonna have bars. We're in Tennessee.
Why did I have this vision of, has anybody seen Field of Dreams? I mean, in the middle of nowhere, and it's just gonna be lights out in the middle of nowhere. Like, where is that? What is that?
We're gonna be making honey and moonshine right next to each other.
And catering Wendy's.
And fruit wine, not grape wine.
That's true.
I've learned that too.
So a lot of things in our upcoming episodes. And thank you guys again
Thank you.
for joining us. And don't forget to like
Subscribe.
And ring that bell.
and share this video with everyone you know.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.